Hello, good afternoon, everybody. It seems to be quite warm here today, but good afternoon. It's me, Lara Wells, with the dog in the background, because as you can see, I'm puppy sitting today, I'm dog sitting today. And we've got Lance Brooks for part 2 of the quantum shift. We were talking yesterday about why manifestation doesn't always work and what the missing ingredient is. And yes, so the dog's just just leaping around. So there's two of them here. So if you see bits of fur and tail, that's what it is. Hi Jay, how are you doing? And here's Lance.
Hello.
Lance.
How
So
are you doing?
part two, telling everybody, because everybody probably heard of The Secret, or Abraham, is it
Right.
the Abraham books, about manifesting.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
it is a puppy afternoon, Nicole, let me tell you. Oi, come on. And now she's taking advantage of the fact, I was talking with Lance before and stuff, and they were just running ransack around the place. Yet before I even spoke to him, they were lying really calm on the bed.
Yeah.
So it's just like the toddlers, isn't it? The minute you answer the phone and the back's turned, they're all like rampaging. So we had Lance here yesterday. And I will be back after Lance with a student of mine, where we will be doing readings as well. So do stick around, because we've got a fun packed
All
like
right.
here going on. Yeah, fun packed hour and a half. We've got Nicole here. Hi, Nicole. And she hung in there, Nicole, on Clubhouse last night. We were talking about intuition. It was good to have you there. We've got
Yeah,
Jay.
Nicole back. Okay.
We've got B. Who's Bee Sting again? You're going to have to refresh my memory who Bee Sting is, because they're coming in from YouTube here. And we've got Sam Clements as well. Good afternoon, ladies. No gentlemen in the house other than yourself, Lance. They definitely don't like their owners distracted, and that's just the dogs. Yeah, wait till we talk about the kids. So yesterday we were talking about the quantum shift. We're talking about the manifesting. If you've done a secret, if you've tried to do any manifesting, that it can be a hit or a miss at times.
Right.
And so, what would you? Because we did talk about the missing link yesterday, just to refresh everybody's mind, because there's a couple of people on here that weren't on yesterday. What the missing link is, because you are teaching a manifesting program. You have a membership, a monthly membership, where you literally walk them through. Hi, Philippa. You walk them through the manifesting. You take them by the hand. You give them the tools. You do energy work with them,
Right.
and you get them familiar with working in the quantum realm, don't you?
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you for having me once again, Laura. Hello, everybody out there.
Yeah.
Hey, hello. How you doing? Linda, how you doing, darling?
Hello,
Linda standing right
Linda.
there.
Oh,
Nicole in
please,
the house
please share
again.
this video. Although we're here primarily, obviously, just to like do a nice live, get you to glance, get you to talk, get learning about actually manifesting. Then, of course, see, now we've got the dog in. I know. Then over there, sweetheart, you just lie down. Sorry, Lance. She's just fallen off the bed as well. This is a chance to ask questions, but please give this video a like. Please give it a share as well. Anybody you think that would benefit from what he's got to say. And of course, we'll have a laugh at the same time.
Yeah, you should find that share button somewhere right down there, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into it, right? One of the blocks that people have when manifesting, especially with the life they want, is you probably heard fake it till you make it, but it's not really that. You have to immerse yourself into that belief. You have to immerse yourself into the belief. One of the things like Laura teaches is destiny journaling, and also astro journaling, I believe it's called, but destiny journaling as well. Start writing in the first present tense, and the best time to do it is when you're groggy at night before you go to sleep and you're kind of tired. Write, I am, and then whatever it is, or I have, whatever it is. Start writing it that way then. Now, the question is why? Why is because that's when your body's about to switch over into the subconscious side. It's going from conscious to subconscious. That's why you're kind of groggy right there. So the conscious side, the subconscious side of you is seeing it, and you're writing it down before you go off to sleep. Sometimes I write and then I fall off to sleep with the journal right on in the pen in my hand and just fall off to sleep like that. writing it down. So you really is writing the future in the way. And then the next thing is do it when you get up. Do gratitudes before your feet hit the ground, like 10 or 20. And then grab a pen, have your journal, sleep with your journal next to you or something, and a pen, and write it down again while you're still groggy, half asleep, trying to wake up in the bed. Still do it again. You're penetrating the subconscious side of the brain. That's number one. That's number one that you can do. All right. Number two, what you can do is also positive language. Also positive language. But you don't have to say it out loud. You can say it in your head because a lot of times people think you're crazy. But constantly say yourself that in your head. It's even in the Bible. You can find that in the Bible in John, the 4th chapter, the 32nd verse through the 34th verse. It tells you about that. If for the people that want to read the Bible, it tells you that it's a law that Jesus talks about. He said, I have food that you do not know of. And that food is thought. Because it was like, what type of food? We went to get the food. Someone else got you food. He was talking about the food of thought. That's why we say, oh, that's food for thought. Like that. We're talking about the thoughts that we give ourselves, that we feed the subconscious side of the brain. What are you saying to yourself when you see those bills? Do you say, oh shit, I can't pay this, in your head? You put yourself in a struggle mentality, in a struggle, and you manifest that. But always walk in that mindset that I'm abundant. I'm abundant. Just walk around. When you look at the leaves, around in the trees, look how abundant the leaves are. When you drive in your car, you see the trees and stuff like that. I remember reading, this guy said, if I had my last dollar, or for you guys, last pound, said I will look at it and treat it as if it was a dried up leaf in a bountiful forest. And I own the forest and everything else in it. Now, picture that. If you get down to your last pound, your last dollar, and you look at that 1 pound that you have, that most of the time you want to hold on to it. He said, I would spend it and treat it as if I am in a boundless forest, and this is just a dried up leaf in my hand. So now the energy is detached from it now, because you think, I have plenty. Look at all of these leaves. They're mine. Like that, right? So that's changing your psychology. It's saying changing your psychology, feeding yourself lovely thoughts. It even says that, even if you want to go in the Bible, it even says that in Philippians, the 4th chapter, 8th verse, it told us how to think so we can manifest the positivity and the stuff that we want in our lives. It said, think on these things that are pleasant, honorable, and all this high vibration, because it puts you in a higher state. Number 3, okay, now we're at the number 3, right? Number 3 is also what you can do is the physiology side. Think about it. When you're sad, when you're down and depressed, and you're thinking about shitty stuff. And what do when you're sad? Your face drops. Your shoulder drops. Your body, you feel that weight of that energy, that heavy energy, like that. Now, when you get into that state, you can practice it now. Don't do it if you're driving. But you can practice it now. Put yourself in a shit state like that. And then you start trying to think of a lovely thought. You're going to struggle at it. Because what you're doing is telling the subconscious, because it has watched you grow. And it knows that, hey, when Nicole or whoever's on here, that when they're like this, they're sad. So let's think of some depressing stuff and manifest some stuff that's going to keep her depressed, because that's what she wants. Because it's not judging, it's just delivering, right? So knowing that, we can reverse it. Even though we're dealing with crappy stuff in our life, we can broad our shoulders up. Because when you're happy, if you hit the lottery, what you going to do? How are you going to be like this? Yeah, I hit the lottery for 50 million pounds. You're not going to be like that. Holy shit, I hit the lottery, right? So look at that body language. It's up, the face is up, the shoulders is up. And a lot of times we go, woohoo, we put our hands up, right? So we even do that. When they score in soccer, the goal, nobody go, oh, we scored. Manchester United scored. We go like that. That's a high energy, right? So we telling the brain that think happy thoughts. Happy stuff is happening to you, right? even if it's not. Assume based on the body language you've been given it all of these years, right? So knowing that, we can snap ourselves into a happy state. We can snap ourselves into it. We can exercise that muscle, even though we're dealing with the shit of lifestyle. Everything is happening for me and not against me. I'm living an abundant life. I have a lavish, steady, dependable income, consistent with integrity and mutual benefits. See, that's not affirmation. No, 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 no. It's incantations. Incantations move the body. Incantations, when you put your body into those words, you are feeling it. You're telling the brain, so you're penetrating the brain by saying those words over and over again, and you're penetrating the conscious side, the subconscious side of the brain by the body language as well. And you wrote it before you got up, and you wrote it before you went to sleep. Those things are reversing your course and setting you on a destination to live a wonderful life that people in your family are going to go, holy shit, what are you doing? You know, but first they're going to think you're crazy because they don't understand that, right? You say, I'm just hopping on divine timing. Hey, no, really good to see you, darling. You know, so those body language right there is tricking the brain right there, okay? Then number three, I kind of skipped ahead. Number three, emotions, right? Emotion is energy in motion. You're moving, that you're moving energy. We have the power to will energy. The power to create is literally your birthright. Your birthright is the power to create. Your birthright is love. You don't have to go get love. You are love. Just ask yourself, what does it feel like to walk in a state of love? And it'll tell you. It'll tell you. I love to make money. I love to live an abundant life. Hey, Lara Black, the queen is in the house. How you doing, darling? Queen Bee is here. But you know, you walk in that state of love. I love making tons of money. Not that you love money, but you just love making, because it loves the options that it gives you. It loves the fact that you'll be able to help others on a higher level. I love it, right? She said, smile, and the world smiles back at you. Yes. See, life is like a boomerang. I mentioned that yesterday. Life is like a boomerang. You are throwing that emotion, that energy out there, and it comes back, but it comes back on a higher stage. It's called seed time and harvest. You're like planting an energetic seed to come back, and it's a bountiful harvest. We always planting and receiving, whether we believe it or not. But the sad thing is, most people deny their harvest because they planted some crap, and now they got to harvest the crap. So they go, why is this happening to me? You're denying your harvest. You already was thinking negative. You already, I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to lose my job. And the only thing, the universe, the only thing is hearing is, she want to lose her job. She's thinking, lose her job, lose her job, lose her job. So things show up for your job to say, hey, we want to not lay this lazy ass off right here, but the one that's productive, we want to lay you off. We want to fire you. You know, and you're like, how in the hell are you going to fire me? And this person just hides all day at work, right? You know, but hey, you deny your harvest, you put it out there. You know, whatever man sows, that's going to reap. That's a universal law. It's not just words. That's a law. What it's saying is the law of cause and effect. Because of you doing this, this is defective, right? So now we know that, but we make those things intentional and we use them, we wield them, and then you're inside of an environment with the quantum shift. You're in an environment, you're in a private Facebook group, you're in an environment with people that are constantly cheering each other, pushing each other, all of us learning this together. That's just a few of the things I just mentioned. I got like 8 of them, but I just give you a few of them right then. She said, love listening to you, Lance. Thank you. Annie, thank you. It's crazy. I appreciate it, darling. But that's some of the things that we do. But we get down. I'm just being really quick now because we only have a limited time. But we get down into a whole hour, getting down into the details of it. And then you can ask questions on it, making sure that you understand this step, do this. This step, do that. This step, do this. And then you got the whole week to practice. Then I'll be chiming in throughout that week just to hold you accountable, because every week we have goals. Every week you're gonna have to put up 3 goals. 3 goals. I don't care what those 3 goals are, because it put the mind in a state of wielding that energy, that emotion, practicing those laws. You want to start small. Start small, fine. But then what happened is the brain, because you are not the body, you're the spirit that animates the body. So you are infinite. You're infinite. You're boundless. Your spirit never died. Ask Lara. She talks to your grandmother sometimes that's not in the body no more, right? But she said, oh, she's here. A motherly figure, right? Because the spirit never died. It's energy. You can't get rid of energy. It transfers from one thing to another. It transfers out the body. So grandmother may have passed away. Yeah, she passed. She just got out of the body. She's still there. She's still there. That's why sometimes you can smell her presence. You can feel her presence. Stuff like that, right? Because that's what we are. We're infinite source energy. That's what Abraham always says, right? So knowing that, why don't you use it on purpose instead of by default and wondering how that happened? I must be lucky. We use words like that when we don't understand, right? I must be lucky. But when you learn to do it all the time, people will say that you're lucky all the time. It's like having a 4-leaf clover up your ass, right? So that's what I do, is walk people through it. Walk people through it. That's priceless, because things start showing up. Starting small, then you start thinking, what else can I do? 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 It's no such thing as too much when you're infinite, when you know that you're an infinite source. When you know that, it's no such thing as too much. That's a lack mentality. That's a poverty mindset. You're not in competition with nobody. Why? Because it's done. So that's abundant mindset. That's who you are. You're boundless. You're that pure energy that moves the body. When you walk in that place, be amazing what you can do. And then the thing about it is, I start teaching them, after you start learning how to do it for yourself, I start teaching people how to do it for others. It's even in the Bible. It's in the book of Job, by the way. It tells you how to take energy and use it for others, so you can help them, your kids, And the thing about it is, once the lovely thing about being in the group, the last group that I had, is that, see, children don't listen to what we say. They don't. I mean, they're supposed to, but they don't. They more so watch what we do, because what you say speaks so loudly, they're not listening to what you're saying. And sometimes they look at it like, Mom is a hypocrite. Mom tell me that I can do everything I put my mind to, and then she's sitting there going, oh, I can't do it. It's too hard. Like, I was saying that when I was in the 3rd grade, and you said I can do anything I can put my mind to. So when I say that to you, you go, you're right, son. Like that, right? So they're watching what you do. They're watching what you do. And when they seeing you get in those peak states, they're seeing you operate on that high level and start putting those things in your life, and you realize you're not manifesting nothing, because everything is done. I teach them that. I teach people where you can find that everything is done. It's just in another dimensional space, and you can't see it. And what you do is choose it. You select it, what you want. Finances in your life, health in your life, love in your life. And I teach you how to match that frequency to bring it into your space. That's it. So what you're doing is selecting. It's like going inside the cabinet, the cupboard, and selecting what I want and pulling it out. And pulling it out, and then forming it, and then it forms into a physical reality. We're doing it all the time, but we're not aware of it. Just think you're aware of it, knowing how to do it. Now I can create the life I want by way of choice, not by way of default. But now I can purposely do this, be mindful of doing it, right? So one of the first things the first thing I go over is defining who you are, showing you unequivocally, this is who you are, Lisa says, I absolutely love you, Lance. I love you too, darling. She said, you're truly an inspiration. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's sweet of you with a nice mouth.
That's great.
So
Oh,
why
sorry.
not? Now, can you put a price on that? Do you have time for that? And the thing about it is, a lot of you, your spirit is telling you. It's saying, yes, yes, yes. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Listen to this crazy guy in the red, like that. It's telling you that. You probably feel that yes inside of you, and that's what we do in the quantum shift. Shifting that mindset, but on a quantum level, not just a little shift, but a quantum shift. So you can transform your life and then influence the life of others that love you, your family, your friends, and definitely your children. You know, that they see it, they want that too. And then you know how to teach them because you got the tools.
That's brilliant, Lance. Thank you so very much. Everybody's loved it. I've loved listening to you too. And I hope you didn't get that kerfuffle when the delivery man came to the door there. And I've just gone downstairs and Poppy stood up one of my son's partner's shoes downstairs. So that's and I could hear you talking about the quantum shift right from down there, so I could, right? And I was like, yeah, no, that's great. Thank you so very much for coming on and sharing that with us. And really hope that you come back some other time. But guys, it's not going to break the bank joining Lance's Quantum Shift. It's a monthly thing, although there's daily, weekly work in there. You've got a family in there, and you'll learn how to manifest from the quantum realm with all the missing pieces. Because as you know, manifesting is a hit or miss, right? And then you blame yourself, don't you? Because you think, I didn't do that, or maybe I didn't do that properly. When in actual fact, you perhaps have just had the wrong information, right? So you're doing it wrong because you've been advised wrong. So this is your opportunity to find out and actually manifest that kick-ass life that you really desire. Thank you so much, Lance, for coming on. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. And I just want to tell everyone that if you want to know more or anything, just send me a message. Just send me a PM.
Yeah, further information, send a DM to Lance either through Instagram or on Facebook. And I want to say thank you so much. If you want to stick around, I will be back. We're going to end this live just now, and I will be back with one of my students, Michelle Kidd, who is coming on to do readings with myself.
All right, Michelle, I'm going to show up for that.
Yeah, Michelle, right, Michelle. Listen, she's very nervous. Right, so be nice.
Michelle, they already ready for you. They already ready for you. Michelle, deliver everything everything's working out perfectly, Michelle. Everything is working out perfectly for you. You are enough. Yeah. Michelle, you are enough. Only thing you have to do is only one job you got to do. It's really hard.
One job.
Is be yourself.
Yeah, there you go. One job, Michelle. I know. And it's going to be fine. Samantha Earl is just popping as well. Hello, Samantha. Good to see you. Lance has been on talking about his quantum shift. That sounds a bit bad, doesn't it? Lance has been on to talk about his quantum shift. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like another word.
Right, I'm off before I get myself into trouble. Anyway, I'll see you shortly, guys. Stick around. Lance, thank you so much for popping on here and sharing your wisdom with us. Right, take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.